Alright, welcome back. This is not, I repeat, this is not Game Theorists. Completely different channel. Those guys are awesome. If that's what you're looking for, go check them out. I subscribe to them. They're great. What we're looking at today is the mysterious closed or locked door in Bloodborne. A lot of debate going around online about what this door is actually there for. There's people saying it's DLC. There's some people saying it's nothing. I'm going to show you today exactly what the door is for. This should prove beyond any doubt exactly why that door is there. So let's start out here. We are just outside of Yusefka's clinic. I am actually in New Game Plus, but that does not matter at all. So when you first start out, even first time you ever start the game, come over here and you're going to knock the ladder down and head up it. Now, the guy in the window here next to the lantern, he says nothing for me right now because of the stage that I'm at in the game. But originally, he will give you a few different sentences, go through his dialogue, and at one point he actually tells you about how the Great Bridge is closed off. During the start of the hunt, they always close the bridge to the Cathedral ward. Now, I'm going to take a few shortcuts here. I've actually cleared everything out to make the run a little bit quicker. But after you get through the Great Bridge and kill the cleric beast, you will end up coming down into this little house here. And then over here in the corner, you will find a note. It says, "When the hunt began, the healing church left us, blocking the Great Bridge to the Cathedral ward as old Yharnam burned to the ground that moonlit night." Alright, there's clue number 2, everybody. Seriously, I mean, it says right there, as plain as can be, that they closed the Great Bridge off from the Cathedral ward. Now we're going to make another little trip here. Hopefully I can do this in a decent amount of time. I don't want the video to be too long. It's just pretty much straight and to the point on exactly what the door is all there for. Okay, you can see up there, surrounded area with the trees. And there's another bridge area up there. Now we're going to continue on through, like I said, I've cleared everything out, bosses and all. So this is pretty much just a basic bland run. And keep an eye out for it in the future. I could possibly be making another video later about the betrothal ring and the Yharnam stone. If I discover anything more about those, I will do a video for those. And that right there actually leads me to believe something about the Yharnam stone. Because it says the Bergenwar spider hides all manner of rituals and keeps the lost master from us. When you kill the spider, the Thumerian queen actually shows up for a brief period. See, I've seen a lot of debate online about that as well, and that's one of the things people have really not mentioned about either the betrothal ring or the Yharnam stone, is that she shows up during or right after that fight. Guess I didn't grab that guy, and these guys are back for some reason. Okay, no big deal. Thought I had them all cleared out. You can see here right there, that is the Great Bridge. Give me a second here, I'm actually going to clear these guys out. should need. Alright, right here is our door. All it says is closed. It does not say locked. It's not a dead door that does absolutely nothing. It just says it's closed. If I can actually get the camera to adjust, you can see it's kind of just down a cliffside. If you could actually open it up, you would fall. And there's the two rounded areas down below that look like platforms. But this, you can see the cart out there and then the archway that leads off. Just a little past the archway on the right is the house. That would be the house where I just read that note from about the Great Bridge being closed off from the Cathedral ward. So it's rather obvious that that's all linked together right there. Now we're going to make one more little trip here, so stick with me. I'm not sure why these guys respawn when I already had them all killed. This one is slightly out of the way. Oh, there it is. Get off the tombstone. Oh, yippee, and these guys are all back too for some reason. They just keep randomly respawning. Get your butt up there. Have fun with that. Okay, so now we actually have confirmation that if you just run through the game without using the checkpoints and warping, that stuff does respawn. And I think it actually has something to do with the bell that randomly rings. Whenever it rings is when the stuff will respawn. Yeah, I can see we were just in here and now those guys are back alive again. As you can see there, that's the archway right in front of me from the Great Bridge. And the house off to the right of it. So, I mean, that alone should be enough proof. And then right here is the door where it would lead out. You would either go through this door and up, leading to the Cathedral ward, or go from the Cathedral ward down. But if you can tilt the camera just at the right angle here, you can see on the other side of the door is a pathway over there. You can't get too much of it, but you can see that it leads out a little ways. So that is the only thing the door is there for. I mean, From Software is messing with you people. That's all there is to it. Everybody just needs to slow down during their gameplay, read the notes, get the lore of the game, and you'll understand what a lot of the stuff is actually doing in the game. There's more later on throughout the game that tell more about the backstory and everything, so just pay attention to those and you will understand this kind of stuff, to where that door is only there depicting that it has been closed off during the hunt. Normally, if the hunt isn't going on, like, once you beat the game, and if you just do the let him, end your nightmare, your dream, and you awaken in Yarnum, at that point, if you could continue playing, this would not be blocked off. This would be open again because the hunt is officially over. Unfortunately, we can't do that because they immediately throw us into New Game Plus. So, if anybody has any more on this that they want to add on to, like other notes that they have found in the game or other little like hidden tidbits that would depict more on it, feel free to go ahead and throw it in the comments. This is everything that I could remember so far that just further proves that the door is only there as to show that it is blocked off as access from the Great Bridge to the Cathedral Ward during the time of the hunt. Why they block it off, nobody really knows. It's just maybe originally From Software was actually planning on letting you go straight from here up to the Cathedral Ward, but then they decided they needed to add a little bit more into it. So they made you go through, the aqueduct or the sewer system to fight Father Gascon, and just add that much more to the game. So if anything, be thankful that they added more and not reduced the amount of content in the game by adding that huge shortcut from the very first boss to what it would be, let's see, the third boss being Vicar Amelia. So, at least they gave us one more boss fight in between, some other areas there to discover. But that's all it really is just that area has been blocked off during the hunt. Nothing more, nothing less. I appreciate everybody joining me during this episode. Look forward to future ones. I'm trying to discover more and more about the game, seeing what we can come up with. Like I said, the Yarnum Stone and the Betrothal Ring, people have really deeply looked into these things and have found absolutely nothing. Most people are saying the Yarnum Stone does absolutely nothing at all. It just looks like pretty much an encased fetus. The Betrothal Ring, people have found maybe one or two things that you can do with it, but nothing of significance. So I'm going to look into it a little bit more, see what I can come up with. That's if the game theorists don't beat me to the whole thing, which, more than likely they might actually do it. So, if not here, look there. You might find it on their channel as well.